Hi, it's Becky, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. Today's video is just a chatty, get ready with me, and I'm answering the questions that you gave me on my Instagram. There were questions and assumptions, so I just go through and answer those and do my makeup at the same time, because why not? So if you want to get ready with me and see the answers to your questions, just keep on watching. So this is what we're working with. This is literally rolled out of bed. Chic. So the first thing I'm going to do is use the new Baby Skin Maybelline New York Instant Pore Eraser. I have already done my skincare, so I've put on like SPF, cleansed, all of that stuff. I cleansed and then put on SPF. There's no point putting it on and then cleansing. So I'm just going to go in with my primer. So the first question I got was, how are you? And I think that's just a nice question, by the way. When you do the Q&A things and people just say, how are you? I think that's quite sweet. So I'm good. I'm getting a bit, not bored, but a bit like, lockdown again. So that's primer done. Makeup wise, I'm not going to really do a lot today because I'm not doing a lot today. Next, I am using the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Lightweight Protective Makeup SPF 50, and I'm using 126 Nude Beige. So next question, well, I asked for questions and assumptions, so we'll do the assumption next, which someone said you have a resting bitch face, which I assume is an assumption and not just a comment. I don't. My resting face is quite smiley. Like if it's just not a resting bitch face. I actually think I've got quite an approachable face, and sorry, just moving the mirror around. Yeah, I don't think I've got resting bitch face at all. I think I had that assumption before. So maybe I look like I've got a bit of a resting bitch face in photos, but it takes effort for me to pull that bitch face. Like my natural face is quite smiley, and I'm quite a smiley person anyway, even when I'm miserable. How are you finding lockdown? I think it's so weird now. You kind of are almost used to it. Like what is going out? What does going out feel like? I'm bored of having nothing new to say to people. Not that I'm not doing anything new, because I've started my own business and I do YouTube, I've started a podcast, so it's not that I don't have anything new to say. I just miss adventure. I miss not knowing what the day is going to bring, because even though I am doing things, all of the things I'm doing are very much in my control because it's what I decide to do every single day. Whereas I like spontaneity and being able to wake up and not know what the day holds. And that just doesn't happen right now. The most excitement you might get is going a different way on a walk. So with this foundation, it does say it's full coverage. I definitely don't think it's full coverage at all. Like, you can still very much see my skin in all the places. So I'm just going to use the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Foundation in 30 Sand. Just using that where I feel like I want a bit more coverage. What's something you really resent paying for? I love that question. That's a good one. Right, I'm just going to take the Maybelline Fit Me in 08 and just cover up my dark circles. Something I really resent paying for. Tampons. Like ladies' sanitary products. That I think is annoying, because we didn't decide to bleed out of our hoo-has for a week every single month. What else annoys me or do I resent paying for? Parking. Parking, not everywhere. Some places I think, yeah, you should pay for parking there. Where I live, the little town is very, very small, and there's only like a couple of places that you can park for free, and because of COVID they have sort of blocked those parking bits off, so now there's even less places that you can park for free, and very, very rarely are you going to be lucky enough to grab one. So then you have to pay, I think it's like £2 something for 2 hours, and typically if I'm going into the little town where I live, I only need to be in there for 10-20 minutes, so I resent paying for parking there. I think that is probably it. Everything else that I pay for, it's a choice. Tampons and parking, bane of my life. Now just using the Sleek Makeup Face Form Baking and Setting Powder in Light. Just going to pop that on my under eyes where I've just concealed them. That's just going to reduce the chances of creasing. You're not ever going to completely stop it creasing, but that just means it's going to be a little bit more set than it would be. I'm now just going to go in with the Maybelline Matte Maker Mattifying Powder in Nude Beige. I'm just using a big fluffy brush to apply that. So we've got another assumption, which is you think highly of yourself. I don't mean that nastily. With thinking highly of yourself, it depends how you see that. If you mean you think that you're better than other people, definitely not. I do not think that. I think everyone is equal. But if you mean you think highly of yourself, as in I think I'm a good person, I back myself, 100%, because I think everyone should. If you don't back yourself, no one else is going to. So you should think highly of yourself in that way. Next up, I'm just taking the NYX Professional Makeup Matte Bronzer, and this is in medium. And I'm just taking this Real Techniques brush. Next question we've got is your 3-course meal. I find this so hard to choose because depending what mood I'm in, what I want to eat changes drastically. Sometimes I'll be very healthy and maybe want like a prawn cocktail for starter, which I think they can be quite nice depending where you get them. Sometimes I'd want potato skins, sometimes I'd want barbecue wings for starter. Oh, it's difficult. Nachos as well. Nachos are a great starter, or just like that antipasti picky stuff. Oh my god. Main, to have probably like a really nice steak or a burger, but then I do sometimes go for the vegan option on the menu because why not change it up a bit. Ooh. Pudding, I think you can't go wrong with like an Eaton's Mess or like sticky toffee pudding or a chocolate brownie. I may as well just read you out a full menu and just I'll eat it all. Next, I'm just going to use the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit and just use this brush just to go over where I've just put that other bronzer, just to soften it a little bit. Have you ever thought about getting Botox? I've thought about it just because I'm starting to get like a couple little wrinkles here that just don't go away. But I don't think I would. I mean, never say never. Next time you see me, I'll be like, I don't think it's something that I need to do yet. And I think Botox or something like that is one of those things that once you start, you're not going to stop. So I wouldn't really want to start just now. The other thing I've considered is getting Botox in your armpits because someone said it like stops you sweating. And I mean, I'm not a really sweaty person, but I just have that fear. You know, if you're wearing like a nice grey top on a night out and you are going to get a bit sweaty, just like having those massive sweat patches. I don't know why I said nice grey top, but grey is the colour that I feel sweat shows the most in. But that's just something that I always think, oh, I couldn't wear that in case you get sweat patches. So I've thought about having Botox in my armpits, but again, very passing thoughts. I don't entertain them for that long because just don't. For my eyebrows, I'm just going to take this Tom Ford Brow Sculptor in 03 Chestnut. It's got like a little brush on the end, which I always think is quite cute, so I'm just going to brush them first. Just brush them up a little bit. I really need my eyebrows done. They are wild. Next question is your best life tip. Best life tip. I've got a lot. I've got quite a few. I would say my best life tip is remember that you are the main character in your story. That's quite a broad life tip, but it just covers a lot of aspects. Like, you are the main person, so you should be focusing on you. Don't let someone else dictate what goes on in your story because it's your story. Don't give someone else the power of making them more special than you in your story. And like, be a nice main character, you know? If you're the main character of your story, be a nice main character. Don't be an arsehole. Be the main character. Okay, and then brow gel. I'm just using the Scent Luxe brow gel. It's just clear. This brow gel is amazing. Like, these pups won't move. So I'm just brushing them up slightly, not massively wild, but just keeping them in place so that they're not crazy. Really does annoy me that Boris doesn't think brow maintenance is essential. I'm obviously joking, brow maintenance isn't essential, but... Makeup, I'm just going a little bit all over the place. So now I'm using the Botanic Beauty London Pink Freesia blusher. When I apply blusher, I just smile so it goes on the apples of my cheeks and then pull it up. Obviously bear in mind as well, the light here is going to be a bit funny because I've got a window just here and obviously not a window here, so this side of my face is going to look a bit darker to you guys, but they are, when I'm looking in the mirror down here, they are the same. I'm just using the Wonder Kiss Essential Lip Scrub on my lips. So next question we've got is, what are you most scared of? I'm not really a very scared person. I don't really like birds, like pigeons and stuff. They do creep me out a little bit. But I'd say what I'm most scared of is living a life that is unfulfilling, which is a bit deep. It's a bit of a deep answer to that question, but that is what I'm most scared of. Living a life that then you think, shit, I should have done more. Just doing something because you think that's what you should be doing, and then you end up just living a really unfulfilled life and living the life that you weren't meant for. That is what I'm most scared of. I don't think I'm going to do any eyeshadow today. Can't really be arsed. I'm now just going to put some eyelashes on. I can't remember what ones these are. I think they are the Wispy something. Ardell Wispy something. Sorry, I can't remember. As soon as I've used eyelashes once, I just take them out of the packet and just leave them roaming free in the drawer. Well, they don't roam free in the drawer, they're in like a little packet, but they're not in the packet that they came in, so I don't know what they are. Anyway, they look like this. Next question is, will you be doing anything on Valentine's Day? No. I'll probably go and meet my cousin for a walk. Yeah, that'll probably be it. Last year I actually got dumped on Valentine's Day, so you know. I think as well my stepdad might be making me and my mum a romantic meal, so that'll be cute. I'll be third wheeling my parents' plans. Would you go on a dating app? I've always been one of those people that's like, no, I don't want to go on a dating app. I am such a romantic at heart, and I really want the story of like our eyes locked across a crowded room, and at that point I just knew he was the one and all of that, which I'm probably living in a right fantasy land there. I just don't want my story to be, oh, I swiped left or right or whatever it is and then he said, what are you up to tonight? Just does not appeal to me. But I'm well aware that now online dating is pretty much the only way you can meet someone. So I don't know, I was actually speaking to one of my friends about it the other day. So then if this goes on much longer, we are going to have to give in, because she's very much the same as me and just wants to meet someone organically. And I know it doesn't really matter how you meet, and you do get some horrible messages from people. It's all virtual. So one of my friends had a message from a guy. Just the first message he sent her was like, I'd absolutely destroy you. And I just think that's so inappropriate, and that kind of thing would really annoy me if that was the first message someone would send me. And I just feel like it would annoy me more than I would get from it. Well, it wouldn't if I got love from it, but you know, I don't know. One eyelash on, and I'm just going to put the glue on the other one. I always do this. I used to put the glue on both of them and then wait and then stick them both on one after the other. But now I just think I caused myself so much stress trying to do that, because then you've only got a limited amount of time. So now I just glue one, wait, stick it on, glue the other, wait, stick it on. Just find that a much more calm way of applying eyelashes. So while I'm waiting for the glue on this one, I'll answer another question. Do you believe in love at first sight? Obviously, when I'm saying about the whole romance thing and all that, I kind of believe in love at first sight, but I don't believe in sort of complete love at first sight, because I think true love is when you know someone, you know their strengths, you know their weaknesses, and you accept them as they are. And you can't do that when you first see someone. But you can definitely have like lust at first sight. I think you can have a very, very strong connection at first look. You might not have even spoken, but you can have a very, very strong connection with someone. and maybe you are meant to be together in some capacity, but I just don't think you can truly, truly love someone just by looking at them once. Oh, actually, that's a lie. That is a lie. That's like romantic love that I'm talking about. But love at first sight, if you have a baby, 100% that's love at first sight. Or when my niece was born, the first moment I saw her, I felt an overwhelming surge of love. That was definitely love at first sight. So I think there is love at first sight, but not romantic love at first sight. Okay, so both eyelashes are done. So now I've just wiped the lip stuff that I had on off, and I'm going to use the Rimmel Lasting Finish lip liner in Tiramisu. So another question we've got, would you do OnlyFans? No. Not because I think there's anything wrong with it at all. I think girls that do it, it's very empowering for them. But for me, that's not how I would feel empowered. And that's fine. Everyone can feel empowered in different ways. And I know as well, OnlyFans isn't just nudity. For me personally, it's just not something that I would want to do. I just completely filled in my lip with that lip liner and then just popped a little bit of Dr. Pore Sheer Butter Balm over the top. Now I just need to do something with my hair and actually get dressed. I'm not gonna spend the whole day in a Mickey Mouse jumper. My hair is mental. This is my natural hair, so it is a bit crazy. I can't brush it now because if I brush it, it will be massive. So you just kind of have to try and somewhat tame it with your fingers, like split curls up and all of that kind of jazz. Let's just answer one final question while I'm doing this. Do you have any body insecurities? No, I don't have any body insecurities. There are obviously points where I think I wish I had, I don't know, smaller boobs, bigger boobs, flatter stomach, longer legs, whatever. There are always going to be points where you think like that. It doesn't matter who you are. Even if you've got the perfect body, you are still going to have those moments of thinking that every now and then. But I do not let those moments last very long. As soon as I feel myself feeling slightly negative about my body, I switch up how I am talking to myself. Rather than letting myself carry on feeling negative about that aspect of me, I pick out things that I like. I think that's the most important thing with body positivity, is just making sure that you counteract things. And also I choose to not follow a lot of like Instagram influencer type people on social media, because that is something that I know makes me feel less good about my body. If I'm constantly scrolling through all these edited pictures of people's tiny waists and massive asses, that's going to make me feel a bit shit. So I don't follow people that I don't want to look at. What is this barnet going to be doing? So I've just put on a jumper and my hair's just going to stay mental today because there really is not much else I can do with it. Naturally curly hair, I always find, like yesterday it looked okay because it was the first day I watched it. And then once you've slept on it once, I just find it really hard to make it look decent again. I hope you enjoyed this chatty get ready with me. I thought it would just be nice to do something that was a little bit more of like a catch up. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. I hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.